Hey, good evening, everybody. Here. Alrighty, so I've done a little bit of work off camera on this, trying to get this finished up here. I want to try to get this finished up for the weekend, actually, um, since we've got a 3-day weekend coming up, and this happens to fall on my weekend off, which is great. I actually have 3 days off, but anyhow, so I've got all the main AC ran. I went ahead and chose to use Teflon wiring for this. So we've got all Teflon wiring, and we've got a couple of capacitors that I've mounted off to the side. So I mean, we've got the primary heart of it essentially done, except for our main lines going back to the back. So we're going to go ahead and do some stamping and just see how far I can get here within the next, essentially within the next hour. So, alrighty, guys. If this is your first time on the channel, we'd really greatly appreciate it if you hit the like and subscribe, and that way you can see all the new videos that we're going to be posting. As what you've seen, we do most of this stuff live, so you see some of the pitfalls as they happen. No screen and magic mirrors and all that good stuff. So, alrighty, so let's get started. I'm gonna set this off to the side, and we'll come back to that here in just a minute because I need to get some other stuff mounted and what have you. So let's set this big heavy monster off to the side with some steel lighter and some of the other things. All right. Well, good evening, Mr. Wild Bill and King. Good evening. Donnie, good evening. It's been a while since I've seen you pop in there. Hopefully everything's been going good for you as well. Alrighty, so yeah, so I've been working on this off and on here and there, a few minutes at a time. So good evening, Jeremy. Generally, I'll use either Type 43. Now, the ferrite that I've been using, I bought a huge lot of this because it was unknown. So I use this on the AC side. And what it amounts to is it's actually got a little bit more condensed properties than Type 43. I actually think it's about a Type 39, I think. You have to go back and look at the charts, based on some inductance testing that I did. So it's a little bit heavier ferrite. Like I said, I bought a company out here about 3 years ago, and I bought everything that they had. And I bought this as an unknown, and it's like, well, if nothing else, I can use these on, chokes for AC and stuff like that. These have actually got really good properties in regards to that. So whenever I run out, I'll go back to the Type 43. But meanwhile, I'm going to keep on using them. So the Type 43 is probably the most common that we come across. Good evening, Mr. Carlock. I've actually been hoping you'd pop in there because went to the mailbox because I've been expecting another shipment, a small one, and I thought, wow, it's a big box for what it was, and I received this today. So I wanted to say thank you very, very much. It's very rare that I get anything actually sent to me, and especially in an unexpected format. So we've got some new fan grills. I'm not sure what I'm going to be installing these on just yet. It won't be on this build because of the fact that the fan grills are already built directly into the top of the cabinet. But I will definitely be integrating these into a couple of the builds and adding that in. These are some beautiful little fan grills, especially with the fact that it's got Rainmaker's Customs on it. So I definitely want to say thank you again, very, very much on that. Like I said, pretty cool. Sitting there looking at even the edges and stuff. I'm not sure if that is a water jet that was used. It's been a while since I've been in the machining side of it, but I think that's a water jet. Either way, it's cool. So, like I said, I'll be putting these on a couple of different boxes here sometime yet this summer, um, as I get time to build the amps. Still got several other projects yet to do, but yeah, I think he sent 5 or 6 of these. Of course, one of these I'll keep back and I'm going to hang on the wall somewhere. I don't know where, but I'm going to hang one of these up and keep it back for a memento. So these are beautiful. Thank you again, Mr. Carlock. Good evening, Trey. Popcorn. Alright, so as you probably see, I've got four big holes here. Believe it or not, there is not a fan that's going to go here. I've got my starter hole here for the AC power, so that's what we're going to be working on, is the back side of it. That way I can kind of lean it up and make sure everything's going to go right where I want it to go. So let's start by getting the noisy part of this job out of the way. We're going to do it the easier of the methods. This is the part I don't like, just because of the fact that it makes a doggone much noise. But the cabinet that we're building all this in is actually extruded aluminum. It's not, it's not your regular sheet aluminum that you're going to find. It's actually all extruded. So the top, the sides, the bottom, everything is actually extruded aluminum, which I was really surprised whenever I ordered these cabinets here a few years ago. And I've still got several left before I make another order. So let's get this knocked out here real quick. Nope. Apologize for all the noise. It's just, this is the fastest way to do it. And it sure beats the living heck out of cranking a wrench. But yeah, speaking of working on tool and die many years ago, one of the last things, and I know what it was we had leftover stock, and they always let us, every place that I've worked at in tool and die, we were allowed to use the scrap to make stuff out of. So one of the things that I made, because I needed one at the time, was a ball peen hammer. And I could have went and bought one, but I thought, what's the fun in that? So turned one down on the lathe and made one. And I made this one kind of specific because of the fact that I wanted the head made a little different than what you normally see on a ball peen hammer. The only thing I wish I would have done was extended this out just a little bit more. But I used the heck out of this. Yes, thank you very, very, very much. Well, I'll have to tell 3 Meg thank you again as well. Let me know if I owe you anything. I'll be happy to pay you for those too, Mr. Carlock, because those are beautiful fan covers. And like I said, I'll be using them on something. I don't know what yet, but definitely will be using them. Like I said, I won't be using them. If I can get it up here. Because the fact that when I ordered this cabinet, the only thing I wish they would have done was I wish they would have moved these forward and in just a little bit closer. But whenever you're trying to sit there and talk to somebody and have things made and get things situated, since I don't have the ability to go ahead and make my own Gerber files and design everything based off of what they have, it's kind of difficult in some cases. But like I said, this one's already got the fan grill's already made into it, for that nice, clean, slick, flat look. Anyways, let's get back to popping holes. Just got 4 more to make noise with, and then we'll have all the nasty part done. I thought about doing this off camera, but it's like, well, I wouldn't have much time here on the feed. That is some heavy, heavy aluminum, guys. Here, knock that slug out. Kind of give you guys an idea just how big that, how thick that back plate is on this thing. Good evening, Chad. I see you popped in there for a quick video, or looky loo. Donkey on the beach. Well, hopefully you and the family are enjoying your. Yeah. I don't know what a vacation is. I mean, the closest to a vacation I've had in 12 years was when I went to Thailand to spend my honeymoon with my wife. So yeah, I don't know what vacations are. All right, so 3 more, guys. And I think I am going to have to actually switch over to, because that is really rough. So we are going to probably have to do this, maybe the old-fashioned way. I don't think these knockouts were exactly designed for this. But I think I am going to have to break down and buy a couple of new ones, though. It's 1 inch. The 1 inch quarter are probably the 2 that get used the most. Let's see here. And as I put down in the description for this, this is for sale. So even during the course of the build, if somebody's interested, please let me know. Like I said, we are going to put this up for sale once it's actually completed. All right, Chad, have a good one, buddy. Yeah, I'm sure being out there on the beach, I'm sure it is a little on the choppy side. We're not talking about just the internet either. So, all right, take care. I appreciate you popping in, even if it is just for a 30-second little good evening time. So, yeah, I try to pop in there as often as you while I'm still on duty, but it does make it difficult. So, let's open these up just a little bit. Take too much out because I want to still try to keep it close to that 3/8 so that I want to get nice straight holes. Just need enough to allow for alignment. So I'm actually going to put the four mounting spots on this on the back. Usually I want to do that at something that's 800 or 1,000 amps. Because we're using a 1,000 amp shunt for this supply, since it will go over 500 amps, I wanted to make sure that I had something substantial for everything. So. We're almost through. Oil here on the threads. Yeah, on the smaller stuff, this is really not a problem. Boy, I tell you, on these big cabinets like this, where you've got that heavy extruded aluminum, definitely a little more of a challenge. Sometimes even more of a challenge to get the daggone slugs out. catch that just right with the bolt or not. Spend 30 minutes just getting the daggone slugs out sometimes. Yeah. Just a little gentle persuasion. See if we can't make this a little easier on the next one. Yeah, the bimetal's great. If I had, and unfortunately I don't have, if I had the 1 inch for my hydraulic version, I'd actually use the hydraulics on that. Because I've actually got a hydraulic version of this, but it doesn't go down this small. It's for the really, really big holes, like for whenever I'm doing fans and things like that. I think the smallest it goes is like 30 millimeters, because now that one, everything's in millimeters. This one is in standard, which I could get by if I had one. And I haven't looked for one yet, and that might be something that I'll look into here in the near future. For these holes here, I actually need a 25 millimeter. Well, the closest we've got is 1 inch, which is 25.4 millimeters. So. I'm glad that's over with. We'll use the same method as we did a while ago. I thought they were quite as easy as what it did on the last one. just don't like leaving a slug in there for when we come back to use it. All right. Well, I'm not going to worry about it. I'll fight this off camera. There's plenty of other work to do. I just thought if we could pop it out real quick. But the struggles are real when you're doing stuff like that. Yeah, you do have to be careful when doing insane and OSHA repair work like that. So. But yeah, I laid all this out the other day. I couldn't sleep, so come out, and I worked on this for a little bit, like I said yesterday, and then I didn't get up until after 9 o'clock yesterday, so that was pretty rough yesterday. So we'll get the rest of that stuff off here in just a minute. So take a little cleaner and clean that stuff off. Not that anybody will probably ever see any of this, but get it off anyways. Let's get a clean rag. I bought a whole package of these at Walmart the other day, just for out here in the shop. Little microfiber rags. Still got to drill a few more holes, but get all this stuff where it's been mutilated off of here. I'll leave this protective coating that I put on there. I'm gonna leave it on there till we get the other little mounting holes put in place. So. Grab some tape here. Picture that up. Yeah, like I said, I've got a. Yep. Like I said, I've got a hydraulic version, but let's see here, how far down? 39 millimeter. This one goes to 39 millimeter. So, but at that point, you're drilling almost as big as what you can get with a Lennox bit, as I've heard it called, all the years, which I think Lennox is the first ones that came out with it, the step bits. But the step bits, and they do work. Don't get me wrong, they do work. But I don't think they, because of all the extra shavings, sometimes it's a little difficult on certain projects to use those. But yeah, if they've got one that's like an inch down, that would be awesome. Take a picture of the screen, that way I can go back and look at that speed number. Come on. There we go. Like I said, I'll definitely take a look into that. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm always up for new ideas as far as different things that make my life a lot easier, for sure. I got a little upset because I tried to call UPS here the other day, and they left a message on my door. Well, my regular UPS guy, he knows I work nights, so he knows that I'm asleep whenever he comes through. And I guess because of a screw up with my company from The Wire, she didn't realize the differences. So I still have to pay the import tax when it gets here. So I still owe like $200 for shipping, which kind of upsets me. Because it was all supposed to have been figured in at the time. So my wire is here. If I can get a hold of them in the morning and try to get that taken care of, I'll be doing a video this week on Teflon wire. So, I know I got a shipment in the other day, but it was the wrong kind of wire, and I ran some testing here in my shop just to confirm that it's what it's supposed to be and things like that. And yeah, I had a huge amount of Teflon wire that this came in. This is just one of 5 rolls that I've got, and I've got 7 more rolls coming. This stuff is awesome wire. However, it's not the composition that I'd asked for as far as on the wire itself. Great for electrical portions and things like that, and not for the RF applications, which is what I thought I had ordered. So, trying to get the company to actually either reimburse me or give me a discount to keep this, which I know I'm going to wind up eating it. So, I mean, I've got a couple thousand feet of wire that I'll never run out of Teflon wire for electrical. Not by any scale, but it is some amazing wire. I will give them that. All right, so let's grab my wooden block. It's not sort of quite as high as I hoped. So I'm just going to get my baselines. The only reason why I'm doing this is because of the shunt, where I'm going to be setting the shunt at on the side. One of the problems that I ran into the other day, thankfully it wasn't what I would call an issue. It could have been because I almost didn't turn them far enough. All I had to do is just put a small flat washer on the back, and it gave me just the adequate amount of room that I needed. But because the ears, you got to make sure that you've got enough movement that it clears here, and obviously on the bottom too. So, like I said, just one of those small little things that I ran into as far as on layout. See that? So there's my 2 holes there for that. Now, granted, it wasn't the 1000 amp shunt that I was using; it was the 500 amp. But I still want to make sure that I've got what I need for that part of it. my wife was talking to me this morning, I'd come out and finished getting ready and lined out for the holes that were needed. You know, and she sit there and asked me if I was an engineer. She said, "Well, that's engineer's work." Well, yeah, it kind of is. Let's see. Tool company makes a hydraulic one that does half, 3/4, 1 inch, inch and a quarter, and inch and a half. That's not bad. You know, inch and a quarter is usually as big as I go here. Of course, the inch and a half would be nice from time to time, but yeah, $100, that's not bad. Well, hello, 3 Made. Yeah, I got tonight. I work every night. Let's see here. I'm gonna get that tool company name and look that one up. Yeah, I have to work 3. Sadly, that's just part of it. I can barely see the original marks, but I figured it just easier if I make some lines here. Cross marks just a little darker here. Yeah, I don't know, 3, since you were kind of late to the party here. I don't know if you'd seen what Mr. Carlock sent me or not. I'll pull one out here in just a minute to show you. There we go. Those 4 holes knocked in there real quick, and we'll be good to go on this part. Driving? Well, you shouldn't be driving and watching me. You need to keep your eyes on the road, son. Keep your eyes on the road. Yeah, no wonder he doesn't get anything done. He's always out driving. He's always going to the parts store to get parts for that damn Ford. It's a good thing he's got a Chevrolet just to keep stoplight. It's a good thing you've got a Chevrolet to go get all them Ford parts that you need to keep your Ford going. We love you, 3. That's the only reason why we pick on you, buddy. Yeah, I wish I had some more spot drills, but actual spot drills are kind of expensive if you got to buy them yourself. I got spoiled having the availability of all that stuff whenever I worked in Tool and Die. Let's get rid of this stuff here and then we'll go back and get the right size bit. Drill those in. Yeah, for little economy bits though, for spot drilling though, those little 1/8 inch ones you buy from Walmart though, or Harbor Freight. I think they come 6 or 10 to a pack or 5 to a pack. I don't remember, but they work really good for this kind of stuff too. Well, since we've got a 3-day weekend coming up, guys, for any of you that are close enough, I'm accepting volunteers for antenna work. I'm going to try to get my beams put all back together. back in the drill index so I don't lose it. We'll worry about that stuff later. Yeah, I'm gonna turn my 3-element cubicle quad into a 4-element. That's my goal, anyways, over this weekend, and try to get it put back together and get it on frequency where I can use it again. I got to redo the feed line on it. I did it a lot differently, 12, 13 years ago when I built it, because I didn't know any better. So I listened to a couple different people, and then found out that I should have done it different, which, I mean, it's worked for many years. And then about 3 years ago, I had some issues with it. So I finally got a guy that got it down, which is great. So now I can actually work on it, and then I just want to get it all so that I can put it back up in the air or get it back up in the air. So that's my big thing. All right, let's go back through and make sure one more time. Beautiful. Awesome. All right. So now we can get those mounted, and then we can actually start doing some other DC work on it. Alrighty, guys. Well, sadly, I see that it has now hit 9 o'clock, which that's kind of my cutoff time. Although I've had breakfast, I've not had a chance to fix my lunch for work, so I'll pick something up on my way in tonight for lunch. But anyways, we'll come back and work on this again tomorrow, and hopefully get to the stage here. It'll probably take me 2 more days of work, but we'll try to get this finished up here within the next 2 days, and that way we can do a final video on this. All right, guys, I appreciate you popping in for the visit. Hopefully you guys enjoyed me. So I enjoyed doing the video. I need to order some more of this too. This stuff has been invaluable. It's just transfer paper, but transfer tape, but I'll tell you, it saves a lot of taping. For the most part, it's actually easier to peel off than the tape. So, all right, guys, like I said, I appreciate it. You guys enjoy your day or evening, and we will get in there, like I said, possibly tomorrow, if not the next day, and show you the progress on there. Because, like I said, I want to get this finished up, and then move back on to some of the other projects that I've got going on. So, take care, everybody. God bless. Thanks for watching.